what time it is, Ben?
You're darn right I do, matchstick.
What? Nah, they would never do this in the movies. Surely. How would that even work?
Okay, I'm gonna switch.
Yeah, okay, me too.
My granny called, she said, Travis, you work too hard. Don't worry, you forget about me.
Wow, 4 in a row.
This is hard. I wish we could just go to a place with a massive screen and watch the Fantastic Four beat guys up instead of having to do it ourselves. Wait a minute.
Are we going on a date?
We're going on a date.
There's a new Marvel out that's supposed to be nuts. We should go see that.
I'm a pretentious film snob.
And I'm lucky if I can sit through a quarter of a movie at a time.
And we both have film degrees. So with our powers combined,
We are uniquely positioned to answer the question,
will it date movie? What do you know about the Fantastic Four? Having been around since the 60s with 5 film adaptations, a handful of appearances in video games, and of course, thousands of comics, you might have a bit of a mixed perception of them. Are they a down-to-earth family? Angsty heroes? Lovable scientists? How well do you know the Fantastic Four?
Not well. I love Marvel Rivals. But my interest in these 4 as characters was just non-existent. In the game, I like her, I hate him, and these two...
Marvel Rivals was a good vehicle for building interest in characters. Just look at Druzy's newfound love for Squirrel Girl.
And for other people like me, who've never cared much for the comics or the movies, the game has introduced people to characters they love who they may have never even heard of before.
But the Fantastic Four have been in this weird space of being famous but only mildly liked, largely due to Disney trying to force them out of the spotlight and their movies never quite hitting with critics or audiences. Since 1994, it seemed like they will forever be condemned to cinematic purgatory.
Hey, you guys. Don't you think this is just a little too easy, huh?
Yeah, I love walking into a trap, don't you?
I don't know. I've never done it before.
But times are changing for Marvel and the superhero genre in general.
So can the FF survive yet another cinematic adaptation?
Can they convince me that that dork, Mr. Fantastic, is worth a damn?
And most importantly, will they treat us to a good date movie?
Let's find out.
Okay, so...
You go.
Okay, thank you. Alright, we
So-
just got here. You messing with me. We got here super late, so we don't have a lot of time to,
As
to
usual,
talk about it.
what's new?
We're
It
fucking-
wouldn't be a Will It Date movie if we were on time.
Yeah, we're falling behind. We need to go get our tickets and everything's still...
At least we have 3D glasses this time.
Yeah, we came prepared. What do you expect from this movie, real quick?
Okay, so I don't really know anything about Fantastic Four. I think I watched like the first one when I was very, very, very little. So I don't really remember everything, but most of what I know from Fantastic Four is from Marvel Rivals. So I'm just keen to see like the characters I know from Marvel Rivals say like iconic lines.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to expect
Yeah.
from this movie, so I'm keen.
Nice. And I don't know what to expect. I just want it to be different. I just want it to be different from other Marvel movies. I think that's a really low bar to cross. That's all I want.
The
From
trailers,
the trailers,
really, yeah.
Yeah, it looked pretty different. I remember getting goosebumps in the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, let's hope that translates to the actual movie, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go. First impression.
First impressions. Damn, hey. I mean, it's so hard not to compare it to Superman.
Because we just watched
They
Superman.
came out like a week apart. So, I mean, big month for superhero movies. The first thing that stood out to me, the sets. I love seeing real practical
Build
sets
Yeah.
because they got so reliant on CG backgrounds in the other Marvel movies. It was actually painful to sit through. So it was really nice to see that not be so prevalent in this movie. But then after a while, and I'm not sure if it was from reshoots or something, there were just some scenes where it was that like actor background type of deal. I'm absolutely praising the visuals here, but at the same time, there's still some of that little Marvel kind of, you know.
And this time around, the cinema was pretty full. It wasn't like insanely full.
No.
But it was more full than the other date movies we've gone
Yes.
to. Still loves a full cinema
like a full
and getting
cinema.
like the vibe of
Getting
everyone.
the vibe, getting people's
I mean,
reactions.
To some degree, I do as well, but sometimes having other people around me just, you know.
It's when people laugh at things that you don't find funny.
No,
like,
it's when people are just like overly dramatic. It's like, calm down.
Oh, yeah.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Like someone was laughing at every single sentence that Johnny said, and I was just like, it's, you know, it's not that funny. And especially they were the only one laughing too.
Yeah,
Like,
it was pretty dead quiet.
They were literally the only one laughing at every single sentence he was saying, and it was getting a little bit much.
Yeah. I think on that note though, I love that the humor in this movie is a bit toned down. Because Marvel got...
It's toned down?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Really?
Yeah, Marvel got really comfortable with just like completely undercutting every dramatic moment with a joke. And it was... I'm glad to say that this took itself a little more seriously. Quips and little funny little lines were regulated to funny little characters whose personality it is. It's not like you don't see Reed Richards going, that was awkward, or any shit like that, you know? I feel like the pacing of this movie was kind of crazy. It was kind of intense.
The pacing was very strange.
I thought it was good because it didn't feel like 2 hours. It's got like a cracking pace, but the other side of that is that it does throw a lot at you. Let me just make one thing clear. I think this is a big step up from other Marvel things from recent. This and Thunderbolts are big improvements and are definitely like a good direction to be going in. One thing this movie has going for it that I love as well is just that it feels so separate from everything else. It's a different Earth, it's a different world, which can make it like the perfect Marvel date movie because it's just you don't need to know anything. You don't have any ties to Captain America and fucking Ant-Man Quantumania.
Don't need to do any research.
No research, no homework.
I mean, I don't know, it just didn't feel like a date movie.
No.
Like, it just felt like a movie that you go watch with buddies.
Yeah.
But like, as a date, I feel like, unless like you're both really into Marvel
Fantastic
and
Four,
Fantastic Four, and you can bond over that. Yeah, I feel like the ordinary person wouldn't have much to say about this movie. Yeah. Another first impression I had was acting was really good. Makeup and costuming was insanely good.
But Fantastic Four, I think it had a lot of room for something that is really going to challenge you and really make you think.
I mean, I feel the opposite. I feel like if you don't want to think, this will be a good movie. Like if you don't want to be presented with things that you want to think about after the movie, this will be a good movie to watch. It's literally just entertainment. Like to me, that's what it is.
That's a good point. It
and
is,
sometimes that's not a bad thing, you know?
Especially I have to like take that into account. It is a Marvel movie and they do need to appeal to a mass market audience. It's a great time in the cinema because you get that loud music, you get all the effects.
I think we're loitering.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up and stop loitering.
On to the analysis.
When Druzy was introduced to Galacta through Marvel Rivals, it was a treat to be able to tell her all about her father, the devourer of worlds and the antagonist of this movie, Galactus.
Every time Dill brought up Galactus, I could only think of Galacta. So over time, I became less and less sure of who was who. It was really confusing.
So you can imagine how sobering it was for her to go from associating this voice with a world eater
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
to this.
I cannot be judged by false Christians, for I have done nothing save preach Christ's true gospel.
As dates go, you can definitely do worse than a Marvel movie. That doesn't mean that every Marvel movie is gonna be a good date movie.
It can be tiring to be bombarded with references to other movies and comics that you just don't get.
But luckily, this movie has an easy solution. Just don't reference the other movies.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Just don't.
Now I see. You deny your boyfriend his purpose.
That's right, Fantastic Four is the beginning of a new era for Marvel. It seems to be spurring on a bit of a soft reboot for the MCU.
So that gives it big points for a date movie. It's fresh, it's new, and you and your date are experiencing all of it for the first time together.
No Avengers, no Guardians, no Spider-Man, just Fantastic Four. And the new retro-futurist setting is cozy and inviting, and it accommodates our characters well. They feel really well integrated into their setting, and I think this is the new perfect approach for superhero movies, building the world around the characters. In the past, it felt like writers were trying to inorganically force these characters into our world. In some instances it worked, but in others it felt like these characters were just embarrassed to be in this realistic setting.
You actually go outside in these things? What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
That single line from X-Men shows how much we've grown with this genre. No more of this,
Who's Scott?
Ant-Man.
There's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man?
or this,
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
just sincere declarations that in this world, this is how we do things.
I really liked the like retro looking TVs, but in like the futuristic setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it's fantastical in a way that I think the comics really were. Like if you go back and look at that art, it evokes that really, really nicely.
I did enjoy that. They've made a world that's nice to be in and that you always want to see more of.
And every little set element or prop design that has a quirky little retro futurist twist to it, it makes it feel more lived in and like a more fantastical setting, which is just, it's just makes more of an enjoyable viewing experience. It feels like you've been swept up and taken somewhere else, which is different. And I wish we got to see a bit more of that world. It feels like this is the first MCU movie that has a genuine love and appreciation for a comic creator other than Stan Lee. It's awesome to see them not only implement some of that imagery that Jack Kirby pioneered in his comics, but also pay homage to him and include a quote by him in the end.
Who the heck is Jack Kirby?
That's all just cool trivia if you know it.
But that doesn't mean that it doesn't benefit the film though. Even though I don't know who Jack Kirby is or what his art looks like, it's clear that the set designers, the costume designers, and other artists involved were at least greatly inspired and poured a lot of otherworldly whimsy into the look of this movie.
Watching the trailers, you might have picked up on the fact that this movie is trying to capture a real sense of dread, which is something that's very true to the comics.
The movie really hones in on this tone really well, which I feel separates it from other Marvel movies who also have similar world-ending narratives.
Because it's set on a different Earth and stuff, you kind of get this feeling that this could all end. Somehow, these characters can lose. To me, this movie is divided into two parts. The first is really tense and philosophical. The second is significantly less interested in answering and asking moral quandaries, and is more interested in serving audiences another Marvel beat-em-up.
Yeah. But the first half does an amazing job of putting you in their shoes and forcing you to grapple over the ideas that they're putting forward. I'll go more into this in the spoiler section because I really loved how they showed this. The breakneck pace ensures that you're never bored, which leaves no time for kiss breaks because you'll most certainly miss something.
But for now, it means there's pretty good potential for this to be a good date movie.
The Fantastic Four are a family, and you can really feel that. It gives you and your date the opportunity to ask, what if we had superpowers? What would we do in that situation? And what if we had a baby?
But unfortunately, these philosophical questions don't last until the third act. It would have been nice to see these philosophical themes reach their resolution in a way that coincides with them taking on the physical threat. Instead, the philosophical part of the movie ends, and the physical action part begins, which means neither is as satisfying as it could have been.
This isn't great for the movie in general, but as a date movie, it doesn't leave a lasting impact, which is ideally what you want. Speaking of the physical threat though, I know someone who can beat Galactus. And has.
Is it Squirrel Girl?
It's Squirrel Girl. Please, Marvel, please give us a Squirrel Girl movie, I beg. Spoiler section! We're doing spoilers now.
Everyone who's just listening and not watching, we're doing spoilers now. Skip to this time code. Let's run through some quick spoilers here.
We warned you. First and foremost, that birth was way too clean.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like if you're going to put in so much effort into making like the birth realistic, having to like give it gravity. I feel like you could have made the baby a little bit more gunky than it was. I'm just gonna put it out there.
In a world with a guy that can stretch, a guy that can fly by burning himself, a big rock man, and an invisible woman, not to mention a giant man that can eat planets, the thing that you struggle to believe in the most is that the baby didn't have enough gore on it.
It took me out of the immersion, okay? It took me out of it a little bit, I'm gonna be honest.
That's fair, because in these things we kind of need the things that we recognize to ground the movie. So when the things that can be realistic aren't,
yeah,
of course it's gonna break our immersion.
Yeah.
My biggest issue with the movie is that it answers that moral dilemma way too easily. I liked Invisible Woman's whole speech, especially that end bit, but it just marks that halfway point where it's just like, okay, whatever
enough
cool,
of that now.
Yeah, whatever philosophical questions we had, the answer is just whatever works out for everyone.
It's kind of sad though, because the trailer made it so intriguing.
That shot of Reed kind of going,
being like, I don't know. Yeah, that made it so intriguing, and then it was kind of just like so nothing in the actual movie. I also understand that Johnny's character is that he's like a womanizer, you know, he's really into women, but I did not get the romantic undertones between him and Silver Surfer, like at all. It felt a little bit forced, and like I just wish they would have, like, if that was a thing, I wish they would have put more thought into it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hot alien, let me go talk to her. It's like,
yeah.
Like the writing for that part wasn't very good, I must say.
Yeah.
It felt very like, oh, let's just add this in real quick.
Yeah, like they couldn't think of a better way to get through those beats. Like,
yeah.
Johnny needs to find this out somehow.
And then there's no like real resolution to that aspect of it as well.
I think that's the biggest problem.
They had like zero chemistry too, which I guess okay because she wasn't into him. To me, it just felt forced.
Because it's fine that it's in there if you're gonna execute it nicely, but the fact that it's not fulfilling in any way, it doesn't reach any kind of resolution. That kind of takes the weight out of it. And the way the movie is shot, like some of it is amazing. Again, the Silver Surfer sequence going off to space, everything like that, so good. And you know, there's just some parts of it that are just, I don't know, just genuinely, I think the best that has been in the MCU. But then we get to that second half, and it's like there must have been reshoots or something, because some of the shots look like this. And
speaking of like weird shots, I didn't like the 3D in this one. I felt like if we're gonna do the comparison, it wasn't as good as Superman's 3D.
There were two really good 3D shots, and because they are both basically the same thing, and it's when in the one it's Galactus in the background, and he's like holding the Silver Surfer like in the air, and she's like, you know, in 3D, separate from the background, looks nice. And then the second shot is same thing, except instead of Silver Surfer, it's the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
only a few shots
Yeah.
were really good for 3D, but other shots were like, this doesn't need to be in
Yeah.
3D. Like, it didn't wow me. It
Yeah.
didn't wow me.
All of this effort with the cinematography gets kind of undone by those horrible just, you stand there and we're just gonna shoot you on a green screen shots. Okay, wait. What is this? The spoiler section or the complaint section?
Yeah.
I mean, did we even like this movie?
Yeah. Didn't
We had to, right?
Right?
I mean, I enjoyed my time on our date.
Yeah, I had fun on our date. For sure.
So, okay, so what did we like?
Okay, well, the way they did Silver Surfer's like whole look was incredible. The way her hair reflects, okay, some of it has to be CG, right?
Yeah, of
But
course.
for the most part, really, really well done. And when you can like see his face in her like outfit as well.
Fantastic,
Can I
yeah.
compare this to Guardians real quick?
You can.
So I hated the fact that in Guardians, they just looked like they were painted green
gosh.
or like spray painted green. He likes it. I did not like it. But I really liked in this one where it didn't look like her face was just painted
Yeah.
silver.
Yeah.
Like it looked like she was metallic. And I just think they did a really good job on it. CG or not, I just think it was really well done.
You know what else was a practical costume?
Yeah?
Galactus. He was practical.
Wow.
How crazy. And it looks so good.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Also the makeup where Sue is dying at the end, she kind of looks like she's getting blotchy.
Yeah.
That was also really well
Yeah.
done. I noticed that when I was watching it. I was like, damn. Loved her acting in that scene though. I'm just gonna say real quick, I feel like most birth scenes in movies are like way over the top. Like the woman is like screaming bloody murder. And don't get me wrong, like yeah, birth is painful, but I feel like they overdo it a bit much. Her acting in that scene was so good and so realistic and just like, wow. Her being like, no, don't strap me down, but then like immediately afterwards being like, no, I like want you here.
Yeah,
I feel like was
yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah.
Just really good acting in general.
Everyone was good in this
Very
movie.
good, yeah. I really liked Ben's relationship
Hmm.
subplot. And you guys know this by now on this channel, I do not like relationship subplots.
But I did not get the romantic undertones between him and Silver Surfer.
I feel like there's such a cheap way to just fill time in a movie and you just don't need it for the most part. But this one I really liked because as someone who doesn't know a lot about the Fantastic Four, I feel we really got to understand more of Ben's character
Yeah.
through this relationship subplot.
Yeah.
For example, the one that really got me was when he saw his old self on the TV and then the TV switches off and then he sees his like
Yes.
rocky self, and without saying anything you can really see that he doesn't think he's capable of love in this form,
Yeah.
you know, the way
Yeah.
he looks now.
Yeah.
And like it just really was like, that's
Yeah.
nice. We really got to see more of his character
Yeah.
through that. Yeah.
And it's so effective to just do it through images alone because it's his image that he's got a problem with,
Yeah.
you know? And it's just, I don't know, it's so like, it's such a short little bit, but so efficient with how it's just like, bam, bam,
Yeah.
and then you get everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So good.
So good.
I think I've said it before, but the sequence when they go into space is just, it's a damn thrill ride, man. Like more exciting than I think any MCU movie has had before, because I think the stakes in that situation, the baby being born, you're running out of time, you're trying something risky, you're escaping something that you can't beat.
Oh my god, when she reaches into her stomach
Yes.
to pull out the
my
baby, I
gosh.
was like,
So
that's
good.
crazy. So good.
So good.
Yeah.
And when she gets stuck in the time dilation and she's like stretching out,
So
dude,
good.
I think like
Yeah.
there's so much creativity that again feels very true to those Fantastic Four comic books where they're adventurers and they scientists, and it feels like they are leveraging those things.
It gives us a lot of insight into
Exactly.
into our characters, yeah.
That whole sequence is just perfect.
Yeah.
Just perfect.
And while we're talking about the stakes, this is what I wanted to talk about earlier. I really liked how they showed this because we spend that whole sequence with the Fantastic Four, right? So we can really get into the Fantastic Four's mindset.
Yes.
Why would we give you our baby? That is absurd. Like, we would never do that. That is not even a question. Let's get out of here before they take our baby.
Yeah.
But then you get back to Earth and you're put in the audience's mindset. And you're
Yes.
like, giving up one life to save all of ours should be a no-brainer.
Of course,
Why didn't
yeah.
you give up the baby?
Yeah.
I just loved how they showed that like stark contrast because you as the audience member sitting there, at first you're like, yeah, no, don't do that. And then you're like, wait. They just put you in two minds and it's so good.
And I love how it rolls out those feelings of them arriving and everyone's cheering and you're like, oh, they don't even know they haven't been in Galactus yet. But no, that isn't the biggest issue.
That's not the issue.
The biggest issue is that they specifically chose not to save everyone.
Not to save everyone. I really wish they
That's so
honed
good.
in more on this throughout the entire movie.
Yes. I wish the
because that
whole
was
movie
so
felt
good.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I also like the little character moments with Reed, like when their initial plan fails to teleport the Earth away. And he just kind of walks over to his chalkboard and he just like draws two dots. And I think he draws a line on it. I'm not sure. And he's just like, looks so devastated because
doesn't know what to do.
yeah, exactly. And he's supposed to know, you know?
He's the guy that's supposed to know everything.
Yeah.
And for once, he doesn't know.
Exactly. So, like, I really wasn't sure when they cast Pedro Pascal. I was like,
I was also a little bit like,
as Reed Richards, really? Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards? Okay, that's a bit of an odd one, and I wasn't really too happy with it. But man, I felt like he brought quite a lot to this role. I think he actually brought a lot of nuance and showed a lot of those layers that make that character interesting.
And speaking of Reed, this is something I noticed in the movie. So at first, right, he doesn't hold his baby at all. He is not seen holding his baby. We see the fight between him and Sue, where we kind of see that it crossed his mind about giving his baby up. And up until that point, we have not seen him hold his baby at all. And I feel like that really solidified like his mindset surrounding, what's the baby's name? Franklin, yeah. Surrounding Franklin. Until Sue's big speech, he only then holds Franklin.
Yeah.
And you can see his mindset change.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things that really like makes me love movies and like the thought put into movies. It's little things like that where people might not catch it like firsthand.
Yeah, but you can feel it.
But you can feel it.
Even if you're not consciously noticing
like
it.
he doesn't hold the baby. It crosses his mind to give his baby up. And then he holds his baby, which I thought was really cool.
Very cool. Okay, so I guess maybe there is a lot to love in this movie. Was it enough to make you want to put some love and attention into these characters on Marvel Rivals?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But let's put it in the hot or rot scale and see if Fantastic Four will date movie.
Well, it's right in the middle of our hot or rot scale, which means it can date movie, but it's probably not going to be a super spicy date.
Man.
You can kind of watch this movie with anyone and probably have a pretty good time.
As great as it is that you don't need context, it would have been nice if the second half lived up to the first and offered us more to talk about. Yeah, it didn't really leave a lasting impression on me as far as date movies go. It was a great movie, but like as a date movie, meh.
Yeah, it's not gonna really define your week going forward the same way that Superman did. But that's it for this episode. Subscribe if you want more and let us know how your date movie went. See you next time.
Bye!